This is a 40 limit here, just because it's a dual carriageway. The amount of people that don't stick to 40, or close to 40 along there, unbelievable. Hi, by the way. Another Sunday. It's I think it's Sunday the 25th of August 2024, is it? Yeah, it is. It's the Sunday, we're up to the Peak District. It's the Sunday after the terrible tragedies that happened last week, where 5 motorcyclists were killed in 2 separate accidents. 3 were killed in one accident and obviously 2 in the other. 3 guys in their 50s, and the other 2 were only young lads in their 20s, but they occurred, I think the accident was something like 20 minutes apart, distance wise, not time wise. Now there's all kinds of speculation going on as to what caused it. For some reason it was reported that the 3 guys that were killed in one accident were all riding Ducati motorbikes. Now, I don't see the relevance of that one little bit. They were in collision with, I think it was a van and a car. Now, the relevance of the make and model of the vehicle needed to be told, then why didn't they say what type of car and van it was? It just doesn't, anyway, that's just my thoughts on that. Nobody really knows what the cause was, but it was horrible to hear. And the timing of it, I think one was 9:45 in the morning, and the other one was around about 20 minutes later or 20 minutes earlier. Now, those guys, as you know, I go up to Monash most Sundays. You know, those guys could have been heading towards there. We don't know what caused it. You know, it obviously could have, well, they both could have been avoided. There's always somebody at fault for an accident, I mean, especially one like that. But having said that, if it was down to either inexperienced riding or the car driver and van driver weren't paying attention, or the motorcyclists were racing, or whatever the cause is, nobody that I know of anyway sets out on a ride on a bike to end up dead. This is one reason why I don't do big route rides. Two or three people, yes, but I mean, they weren't riding in groups, not that we know of. I mean, the 3 involved, as far as we know, were all riding together, as were the other 2. When you ride a bike yourself and you hear these things happening, and apparently, did I read somewhere, or am I incorrect on this, but I'm going to say it anyway, I may be incorrect. During this month alone, in this area, there's been 9 fatalities involving motorcyclists. 9. That's sinking 9 in 4 weeks. Well, yes, August is the height, probably the height of the season actually for riding bikes. But please, anyone who's listening to this or watching this, if anyone's watching it at all, always, you ride to your own capabilities. It doesn't matter who you're riding with. You know, just keep yourself safe. Do your own ride. I mean, when we ride, you know, we'll have waypoints where we'll meet at, and we'll set off from the same place at the same time mostly. But if we get split up, we know where we're meeting, and never ever push, try and keep up with people that are either more experienced than me, have got a faster bike than me, or are more stupid. Not that any people I ride with are stupider than me. It just gives you pause for thought really when you hear of this stuff. And you know, this area sort of is my hunting ground. I mean, I come up here most Sundays, but you know, I have been riding the Peak District for years and years, and you can't take anything at all for granted. Everybody's got a home to go to, everybody's got family to go to, most people anyway. The idea is in the morning when you go out for your bike ride, your meet-up, whatever you're doing, the idea is to get back home in the same condition as what you left in. Not have a copper knock on your door to your next of kin and deliver some terrible news. This is why extra training is always a good idea. You know, advanced riding, what we call it, bike safe with the local police force, advanced training with your local training school. Doesn't matter how long you've been riding, you can always learn something new or pick up new techniques or iron out bad habits and stuff like that. Just keep yourself safe and enjoy it. There are a couple of people that not a couple, there's a few guys on YouTube who upload rides of the Peak District, and not just the Peak District, but all over the country. And as a viewer, some of the risks that they take, it's scary to watch, you know, and I wouldn't wish anybody have a big off, but the manner of some people's riding that they put up on YouTube, it's inevitable that something's going to go wrong if they don't give themselves. I mean, yeah, we're on a big open road here now. I'm doing stone 50. You ride to the conditions of the road, and you ride to your own capabilities all the time, and still enjoy it. You don't have to go tanking it around the countryside at stupid speeds to enjoy this. Take a step back, save your life, you know, save other people's lives and other people's misery of finding out that, you know, you could get your wife, your girlfriend, your husband, your father, your brother, whatever, you could get a knock on that door delivering bad news. Nobody wants that. I usually end a lot of my videos with the word stay safe, and it's as simple as that. Keep yourself safe, or keep yourself as safe as you can. I mean, you can't control other people's actions, but you can ride in such a manner that, like that red car there, that, you know, that should something happen, you've given yourself time and space to avoid whatever's coming up in front of you. You know, and as you go around corners like this, you should always be asking yourself, can you stop in the distance that you can see is clear on your side of the road? Now here the answer is no. Well, I can at this speed, and if the answer is no, adjust your speed accordingly. And if you feel the need to ride at excess speeds and race, get yourself on a track day to the local track and get that out of your system that way. Not on the public road. Public roads are not the place for tear-assing and racing around. There's too many hazards, there's too many things that are set to kill you. I'm not saying that terrible riding was a factor in any of those accidents. Just saying what I see. You know, for people to ride in that manner and then upload it to YouTube, well, they're just asking for trouble. Anyway, Sunday morning, we've got a cloud in the sky, and yes, we're off up to Monash again. Not been up for a couple of weeks. Actually did go up about 2 weeks ago on a Thursday in the car, and it was hammering down. That was the last time I've been up, not been up on the bike for a couple of weeks. I mean, I'm no expert at riding at all, I never claimed to be, but I do like to think that, you know, I take some pride in what I'm doing, and A, I don't want to wreck my bike, and B, I want to get home at the end of the day. There was a prime example. The lady walking the dog on the right side of the road. She was wearing really high clothing. High visibility clothing. But she was on the correct side of the road walking into the traffic. Now, had I come tearing around that corner at 80 miles an hour, I would have avoided her probably, but I could have ended up putting myself in that hedge over there. Never approach a corner or a junction or anything and not give yourself time to react as to what could be just around that corner where you can't see. Especially on these roads, I mean, you could come around the corner, there could be a load of sheep in the road, there could be a tractor stop, there could be 5,000 cyclists, there could be an accident, there could be a broken down car, there could be a massive pothole in the road. You need to approach these things and give yourself enough time to react to what could potentially be a blockage in the road. You know, when you come around, I mean, that corner there, if I'd have come around there and there'd been a tractor pulling out of here, you've got to anticipate as much as you possibly can. Just keep yourself safe and enjoy it. Look at this weather though, there's not a cloud out in the sky. It is a bit chilly. I think it's about 12, 13 degrees. But it's the last bank holiday before Christmas. Yeah, bloody hell, that's scary. th of August. It's absolutely lovely. I mean, we get days like this in the winter, but obviously, rather than it being 13, 14 degrees at 8:15 in the morning, it's hovering around freezing. I have come up here when there's been like snow and ice on the edges of the road, and again, you ride to your own capabilities. I think it was last year I was heading up to Monash, and in the winter time, I can't remember what month it was, and I was going to go up the Vigelia. I did actually turn up the Vigelia off the from Cromford, but as I got under the trees there, you could just feel it was, the roads were great, you know, I could have plodded on, so, but I didn't. As it happened, what I did, I turned round and thought I'll just go into Matlock Bath, because that time of year there's not going to be that many people there. And as I pulled into Matlock Bath, I was on the Honda. As I pulled into Matlock Bath, lo and behold, there was Russ sat having a coffee outside, and he'd done exactly the same thing. Got up the Vigelia, I think it was the Vigelia, I think he got up there and decided, no, I'm not going any further, so turned round and, you know, so even if it means not arriving at your destination by changing your plans, the road conditions don't suit, and do that. Obviously days like this, you know, the roads are going to be dry, hopefully relatively clear. Now we're coming up to the brow of a hill on a left hand bend, so you alter your speed accordingly so you can see it's clear. And then we've got a sharp right hand bend here that you can actually see over the hedge, so you can see that this is fairly clear. That's what I mean by just riding to your own capabilities and riding to the conditions of the road. I'm looking forward to my bacon sandwich and coffee this morning. Really am. Got a shiver then. If anyone's watching this and they're, if you remember the video I did last year when we got that YBR, I did a little review on it. Well, we've still got it, and one of the things I said in that video was, if you're after a little small 125, you won't go wrong with something like this, but you're not having this one. Well, the opportunity has come up as of the 25th of August 2024. The opportunity has come up for somebody else to buy that bike off of us. So if you fancy it, let me know. But it's my son's bike obviously, but excuse me, I'll be selling it on his behalf. And they, you know, I will say they do hold, them things do hold the value. It's 8 years old. I think it's got 19,000 miles on the clock. Two fairly new tyres. It's had the front forks rebuilt, as in new seals and all that lot. It's had the front brake caliper reconditioned. The rear brake's been redone. It's had new chain and sprockets. It's in its garage all its life. I think the other guy that had it before us used to garage it. It's never been stored outside as long as we've had it. Very clean, starts on the button all the time, and the kickstarter. So if you're interested, I won't give the price on here, but if you are interested, drop a comment below. This is the lovely little Peak District town of Wirksworth. Absolutely love this place. There's not, apart from the co-op at the end of the road where the garage is, there's not a single, they're all individual independent shops. Isn't it nice? Apart from this co-op here. Don't see many bikes out at the moment today. Now there was another accident up here. I'm not sure whether it was the same weekend as all them others, but this was involving a young lad on a 125 up here. At the top of this hill, I think. He wasn't fatally injured, but even still. I bet there's going to be a high police presence out today, especially given this weather. Given what went on last week and given the weather today. Remember coming up here last year, and there was snow. It wasn't on the road, but it was on the roofs of the houses and the cars. It was nice because the weather was like this, obviously not this warm. It was like this. I mean, it's bright today, but it was clear blue skies. Because of all the snow as well, it was even brighter, and the air was so clear. Like over there, I mean, there's a little bit of mist over there, but you could just see it was crystal clear. It was gorgeous, and that's what I mean about the Peak District. You can see the draw from motorcyclists and cyclists and pedestrians and holidaymakers. Although coming down here when it was snowy was a little bit sketchy because the roads were damp, and obviously under the trees it doesn't get the sun, so it doesn't get the heat on it. And even in the winter there's a little bit of heat in that sun, enough to melt off the ice off the roads. I mean, but again, if I'd have come up that hill and there'd have been ice on the road and snow actually encroaching onto the road, I wouldn't have continued, I'd have turned back. That's what I mean by riding to the conditions and your capabilities. Always, always ride your own ride, regardless as to who you're riding with. Or if you're riding on your own, don't ever overstretch yourself. This is just beautiful. Never ever tire being in this area at all. I wasn't sure I'd want to live here, but this should really be a stop junction. Now this is a nice long straight road. You can make some progress along here, but it is a 50-mile-an-hour limit, and I do think that given what's gone on last week, there may be police traps and stuff up here. And they did say there's going to be a higher police presence for the next few weeks while the summer's here. Review there, and that's lovely. We'll take the second turning from Monash today. And it was quite rough. Gusting up here, I would imagine it would be very windy, but it's still breezy now, and I think that's why I'm doing donkeys. I never knew it was on donkeys before. I think that's why it's a bit on the chilly side, because it's certainly freshened up the air. Hazy over there. Chilly now, that frigging sun's got me. Definitely chilly here. I think I've got the wrong jacket on. Don't often come this way. Often come the first turning where that great big jump is in the road that nearly threw me off. And that, actually, there was something on Facebook about the guy that went down that. Was it last week or the week before? It might have been last week. Where it bounced out the Honda when I was on it, and it threw his missus off the back of the bike. Well, either that or he threw her off. Nobody here, look. Only me. Where am I going to put this so it doesn't smoke?